Lamplight presents The Moth Snowstorm, Nature and Joy by Michael McCarthy, narrated by Griffin. What would the world be, once bereft of wet and wildness? Let them be left. Oh, let them be left, wildness and wet. Long live the weeds and the wilderness yet. Gerard Manley Hopkins, Inversnaid. Chapter 1. A Singular Window. In the summer of 1954, when Winston Churchill was dwindling into his dotage as British Prime Minister, the beaten French were withdrawing from Indochina, and Elvis Presley was beginning to sing, my mother's mind fell apart. I was 7, and my brother John was 8. Nora, our mother, was 40 years old and was a teacher, although she'd given up teaching when we were born. She came from a poor family, but had won scholarships and been well educated, and was well read with a literary bent. She had corresponded with Padre Colum, he who wrote She Moved Through the Fair, after the Irish poet had struck up a friendship with her father, a merchant marine steward on a transatlantic voyage. She had a novel sketched out. It was about a paediatrician who was wonderful with children and terrible with everyone else. She was gentle and kind to a fault, entirely unselfish and wholly honest, and a deeply religious Catholic. Her mind had begun to fray during the long absences of my father, Jack, who was a radio officer on the Queen Mary. These were the final glory days of the Cunard ocean liners, and it might be said that his life sailing regularly between Southampton and New York was glamorous. Certainly, it was more so than the life he found when he came home to our small terraced house in Birkenhead, the town across the River Mersey from Liverpool, for 2 weeks every 3 months. He was not loving, either as a husband or a father. He did not know how to love, although he was not a bad man. But he covered up his lifelong insecurity with bluster, which too often turned into bad temper. The 10-year marriage, doctors clinically recorded later, had been moderately happy. In her long isolations, bringing us up, my mother was closely supported by her well-meaning but bossy sister Mary and Mary's biddable husband Gordon, who were childless. But in 1953, Mary...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?